I did not like today. I did not like today. Um, this happens to me all the time, and each time I feel like I have to talk it out, tell people, never saying names or like going into detail, but whenever I have a job, I begin to like someone. It's not reciprocated. They have another man, they're flirting with someone else at work. It's never me. I, like an audience member, I feel like I'm watching football and I want both teams to lose, that I'm on the outside looking in, wishing it was me. I'm not an active member. I'm like not even a participant. I'm not even a bench player. It sucks. But, well, there is no but. Today really got to me, man. Today, I saw it like on steroids. It was so bad. They follow each other like puppy dogs. One's like 20 years older, one's like 20, 21. It just sucks when you see someone you like not like you. I can like get past that, move on. It's the fact that I see it like almost constantly. That's the thing that gets me. It's got to be something with mental health, right? I'd say I'm like a supporter of mental health since a kid. Since I thought about ending myself a couple times. But, yeah, back in like 5th and 6th grade, I wanted to myself. So I've always been like an advocate for mental health. This is what it has to be, right? I don't know. I a few years ago, I felt like I opened up my feelings, and now I just want to close it back up and not feel anything anymore, in the sense of like romantical feelings. I feel like a hopeless romantic, like everyone that I've liked that's not like me. I gave them the ick somehow. I feel like I'm a -3 because it messes with your head like that. And people are saying I'm good looking, but I don't see it. I don't see it. And then I remember someone said I sound monotone. There's someone I follow on Instagram. She does food reviews in NYC. I feel like that's what I sound like, but she embraces the awkwardness. A lot of people do that, and I cannot. I mean, the only awkward stuff is in my house. Like, you see my nerdy collections. That's it. Because I don't like go to cons or anything where people who have my hobbies share the interests. I don't associate. I do associate with them through like social media, but that's about it. I don't go to cons because of my anxiety. Stuff like that. Back to my main point. Oh my god, last year, at my other job before it all closed down, there was this one woman who I really fancied. She would look at me and other people, other employees. So I began like playing eye tag, I guess, with her. Well, that's what I thought. But then one day I was talking to like a mutual coworker friend that we had. She caught me looking at her because we were talking about her. She walked through. I looked back. She saw me look back. So that means she was looking back at us. And then that coworker went up to her to apologize on my behalf. And she said I'm creepy. Uh, that's where it should have ended, but I knew like I should have got my mind off of her right then and there. But it went on for a whole year. She began seeing someone else in a higher up position than me, and seeing that like almost every day messed with my head. Like I didn't want to hate the guy, but I did, and I also kind of hated her because she picked him and not me. And I always knew how messed up that was. I always tried to tell myself differently, like get out of this headspace, go touch grass, find someone that wants you like you want them. Cause, and then I made some Instagram stories about it. Never saying names, just like I am now. Never going into much detail, cause I'm not. That seems petty. I'm not petty, and it's not nice. I didn't want to get fired because all the jobs I had I like, and it was good paying job too, better than what I'm doing now. But yeah, I constantly compare myself to others, whether it be like someone in a relationship I wish I was in and not them, or just like they're financially better, they have a license because I don't drive, they have friends because I isolate myself, just they have a degree, 2 degrees. Since a kid I've wanted like minimum 3, maximum 5. 26, I still have nothing, even though I say, oh, I'm going back to college. I've been saying that since I dropped out at 19. Kind of the same with a car license. I just got my permit last year, 2025, February. Probably expired because I did nothing with it. But I hate the headspace I'm always in about this. I wish I can shut off my feelings about emotions like this. Or I could just find a job where I don't necessarily find any coworker attractive, which is a big red flag on my part. It something about what's going on now too has to be a red flag too. I just can't pinpoint it. Like I occasionally tell myself once I get a job, I can date someone, whether it be a job, a car, I go back to college, I find a place of my own. In between each one of those steps, I can get someone to date, like someone can date me. But it never happens because I'm not into myself like an asexual or like narcissistic, but I'm just an introvert with a speech impediment, and I hate repeating myself. And when I do, I give like a long sigh, and it makes me feel like a douchebag because I don't like to do it. I feel like the best people I think are the ones that embrace the awkwardness. I just can't do that. You know, like I constantly overthink. I don't even like making these because people go by. I've told some people I feel like a puppy sometimes. Like, you have to introduce me to people one at a time, and even then, it might take a couple tries before I trust you and then I can be myself around you. I think a good example, somewhat, is back in middle school and high school, before summer break happened, um, I would open myself a bit more, and like I was more of myself, like jokey, like funny, but only because I knew like people that were in my head, like I put them in my head, you know, like the cool people I thought were cool, they were too distracted making summer plans. Oh, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And in my head, they were too busy to pay attention to what I was doing. Because I always felt like people talk negatively about me. Because I've been bullied since 5th grade by the same dude. Up until my senior year of him. And it, 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 it all, I feel like it all stems from that. I need some help. I feel like these are like kind of therapeutic, like when I made those Instagram stories about that relationship, I made those things private. I made my story private, my account private. So she somehow found out about that because she didn't follow me. The only person who followed me was another mutual friend, coworker, and I think he just wanted the drama. But whatever. Yeah, we still follow each other. Uh, like once we got that email saying that that job was DOA, part of me kind of felt relieved because I didn't have to think about that anymore. I wanted to transfer to another location for so long, and then she did, and then I felt like, oh, if I transferred, it would be like I'm stalking her, and then I just like, I don't want any malice towards anyone, and I feel like that's how it comes across when like I can't take these types of relationships, man. I mean, like, seeing the relationships I wish I was in, seeing that on a near daily basis, I don't like it. They follow each other, the new ones follow each other like puppy dogs, like the one from my last job. They're one goes this way, one goes that way, they still meet up. Whenever they talk, they're like that close. I think he like kind of does other stuff with her, and she like laughs it off like there's no boundaries, even though she's dating someone else. And I heard other stuff, and I know like if any of this is true, you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone like that who is dating someone else, but then they cheat on you with other people, or they flirt with other people. Because if you get in a relationship with them, they're gonna be talking to other women, other men, other he-she's. I don't mean it like a joke, but like whatever. Like, I feel like once a cheater, always a cheater. You don't want to attract that kind of thing. I feel like once you ask someone out, it's not exclusive then and there, but like if I ask someone out and they say yes, which I don't see I do not see happening anytime soon, and then I hear that like, oh, she's talking to like other people, like bench players, I would be like hurt by that, you know. And everything is easier said than done. In my mind, if something like that happens, I go out with someone X amount of years, they cheat, cut it, walk away. If you ask someone out, they say yes, but then you find out they're still talking with other people, flirting with other people, cut your losses, move on. Easier said than done, especially at a job. I I kind of want to quit, which was my thinking at my last job too. Either quit, transfer, but I can't even transfer if I wanted to, because how am I gonna get to the other locations? What if the same thing happens? Who's to say? What if I'm denied or like get fired from that new place and I have no job? Cause man, I gotta go back to college, get a programming degree. Just life sucks. Life sucks when you're doing good at 19 and then drop out of school. Not my life was not good at 19, but I feel like it was better now. I feel like since 2024 Spirit Halloween, my first job, I became more open, more friendly, but it took a couple weeks, and then I overshared. I think I destroyed like a friendship or two, because I would constantly talk about this person I liked, but she didn't like me, I don't think. But then they were telling me that, oh yeah, she probably has another man. She was like 20, 21. Oh, and he's 30. She met him at her job in the mall on one of my off days, I think. And I was like, oh, I should have jumped the gun and asked her out. I kind of did. And then I explained, when you said you don't want to go to the movies with me to see that Beetlejuice 2. I said, oh, that was me trying to ask you out. I had to explain it. Oh, man. Oh. Ick. Ick.